Hey everyone, and welcome back. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving weekend. My name is Josh, and today we're going to jump right into our fourth stimulus package and news update. In today's update, per usual, we have a lot of news to get into. But first, if you would like to receive 2 free stocks from Webull valued up to $2,300, make sure to claim them by clicking my link, which you will find in the description box below. Okay, so with yet another variant of COVID emerging, the United States is already restricting travel for non-US citizens from South Africa, as well as 7 other countries starting today. It's expected that Joe Biden will be giving an update today on his response for this new variant. The governor of New York has already declared a state of emergency in preparation for this new strand of COVID. With Joe Biden declaring victory back in July, saying we're past the pandemic, some wonder if he declared victory just a bit too soon. One doctor in South Africa so far says that those who have the new variant possess symptoms that are very mild. If things do get a bit out of hand, though, you have to wonder if Joe Biden will attempt to begin shutting things down once again, which in turn could result in more money printing stimulus. In some other news, this week, Congress will finally return to Washington after their 1-week recess for Thanksgiving. On the menu for this week, they'll have to extend government funding, which is set to expire on December 3rd. Yes, that's on Friday of this week. On Tuesday, it is expected that House leaders will introduce a stopgap funding bill, which is expected to run through the middle of January. A floor vote for this is currently expected to happen on Wednesday if an agreement is first reached. First, though, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer will need an agreement with the Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Even though McConnell said that Democrats will need to extend funding the government and raising the debt ceiling this time around, it seems like in the end, McConnell will at least help out in the extension of funding the government. The debt limit is another issue that will need to be addressed. On December 15th, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen believes that the government will run out of money to pay its bills. Even though it's possible they could have some money left over after that date, that's still the estimate, and Democrats will need a longer-term solution. Mitch McConnell for months now has been telling Democrats to raise the debt ceiling through reconciliation or simply attach it to the Build Back Better Act. However, Democrats have refused to do so, believing that they need to do it through a bipartisan manner. Once members of Congress address the extension of funding the government, they'll then move on to the Build Back Better plan. Just before Thanksgiving break, the House was finally able to pass their version of the bill. Now, the bill is in the Senate, where the Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer, will need to get at least 50 votes. From here, though, it is expected that the House-passed bill will end up changing quite a bit. The key players to watch out for will be Joe Manchin, Kyrsten Sinema, Bernie Sanders, and of course, Chuck Schumer. Between those 4, they'll need to work out what gets to stay in the bill and which things will end up getting removed. So far, Manchin has raised objections to many of the provisions in the House-passed bill, including paid family leave. With Chuck Schumer saying he'd like to pass the bill by Christmas, they'll have just 4 more weeks to do so. More than likely, this bill is going to end up slipping until January. Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar, however, said she believes the social spending plan will be finished before Christmas. Watch.
You've laid out what you see as the benefits of the plan, but your colleague, Democratic colleague from West Virginia, Senator Joe Manchin, continues to signal that he wants to push this off until next year. What are the consequences of delay? Are you confident it will get done before Christmas?
I am, and Senator Manchin is still at the negotiating table, talking to us every day, talking to us about voting rights, getting that bill done, restoring the Senate. He is talking to us about this bill. When I look at this drama in the next month, I break it down into a mini-series. And the first part is the defense bill and a bridge to the budget. Vast majority of senators support that. We'll get that done. Second thing, the debt ceiling. You know, if the Republicans want to scrooge out on us and increase people's interest rates and make it hard to make car payments, go ahead, make that case. We're going to stop them from doing that. The third, as I mentioned, voting rights, fundamental to our country. You see partisan gerrymandering going on, and what we're talking about here is restoring the rules of the Senate so we can pass a bill that Senator Manchin has signed his name onto, the bill I lead, the bill Senator Schumer has been bringing every people together on, and that is the Freedom to Vote Act. And finally, what we just talked about, the Build Back Better bill. We can get this done. It's
you said you
to
can
me,
get
it's
it
that
all
old song. Go ahead.
Good, no, go ahead. I want to hear the song now.
The song is, a little less talk and a lot more action.
Well,
That's
there
what
does
we
seem
need
to
in
be
this next month.
there does seem to be a lot of talk as well. You mentioned the debt limit. Are you confident Democrats can do that alone?
I am. If you saw what happened back in November, both Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema, who, as you know, I personally would get rid of the filibuster. They don't want to do that, but they pushed the envelope, so we made sure that we didn't welch on our debt. And I believe we're going to find a way forward on that again.
So, despite all of Manchin's objections to the bill, Klobuchar still believes they'll be able to get this thing done before Christmas. Of course, since the Senate's version of the bill that they end up passing will end up being quite a bit different than the House passed bill, the bill will then be sent back to the House once again for its final approval. Then, if the House decides they don't like the bill that the Senate passes, they can change the bill once again, and we could end up seeing a game of ping pong playing out. In some other news, in just a couple of weeks, many Americans can expect to see the last round of the child tax credit payments to hit their bank accounts. These payments are expected to hit the majority of bank accounts on December 15th. Just as a fresh reminder, these payments will be for $300 for those of you with children under the age of 6, and $250 for those of you with children ages 6 to 17. If you have a newborn by the end of this year, you'll be able to claim the entire payment of $3,600 as a credit when you go to file your tax returns. As far as these payments being extended into future years, at the moment, it looks like we will see an extension for one more year. Of course, Joe Manchin is still looking to cut many of the measures from the bill, so it is possible that this one gets removed altogether. That, or it's possible the credit is only available to certain families. A third possibility, although not widely talked about, is instead of extending the credit for one more year, perhaps they extend it for just 6 more months. More than likely though, in the end, the credit stays for one more year, but we see other measures removed, such as paid family leave. So it's apparent that we should have some very interesting weeks ahead as Democrats look to extend government funding, raise the debt ceiling, and pass the Build Back Better Act before Christmas. Can they get all those things done in just a few weeks? Well, it looks like we'll just have to wait and see. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Again, if you would like to receive a couple free stocks from Webull, make sure to quickly claim them by clicking my link, which you will find in the description box below. To receive the first stock, you will need to fully open an account. Then to receive the second free stock, which will be valued up to $2,000, you'll need to make a qualifying deposit of at least $5. And even if you aren't all that interested in investing or continuing to invest at this point in time, you can always sell the free stocks that you receive and transfer that money, however much they're worth, right back to your bank account. So free stocks or free money is completely up to you. So once again, I hope everyone has a great and safe rest of their day. If you did enjoy the content in today's video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would give this video a like, a big thumbs up. That just helps me know that you did enjoy this video and lets other people know as well. And until next time, as always, I'll see you in the next video.